So if you are wondering where the price of Bitcoin might be heading in an upcoming days, then this video is definitely for you, because in this video, I am going to show you with different scenarios the price movement of Bitcoin and where we might be possibly heading. So let's start this here in a daily time frame, because in a daily time frame, if you look at the price action of Bitcoin, you can see this scenario is known as broadening bottom, because according to the broadening bottom, the price, once it breaks out of this upper line area, the resistance line, and the same resistance line acts as a support, then we are ready for this new upside price movement. And if you look in our case, we were also finding a strong rejection around that area. But once the resistance line got broken and the same resistance line got tested, you can see it actually acted as a support, just like as shown here in an example. And after that, the price should be ready for this new impulsive movement. And this exact scenario could be also playing out right now here with Bitcoin price action. I have always been very clear. We are not expecting a move here in this manner, but more of a range bound type of scenario before price reaches our price target area, because according to this broadening bottom, the price target is lying around 55,000 price range. Not just only this one scenario right now in favor of bull, but also this bump and run reversal bottom, because according to the bump and run reversal bottom, we did talk about this scenario also plenty of time in my video. You can see once this falling trend line, which was actually acting as a strong line of resistance, once it got broken, the price was clearly indicating now this trend here could potentially continue to the upside, because according to this bump and run reversal, the successful bump and run reversal after breaking out of this previous temporary waistline and then start this new uphill run. And this scenario is also unfolding in our case. So if this uphill run is going to continue, then this broadening bottom scenario is also going to play out very, very well. And now let me also show you why I personally believe the rally, this uphill run, is going to continue for Bitcoin. So guys, now if you look at this price action of Bitcoin here to the upside and look at this on balance volume here to the downside, this unbalanced volume is a momentum indicator which shows us the crowd sentiment, and it also helps us to predict the outcome, either it's bullish or bearish. So if you combine this with the price action of Bitcoin, you can see when the unbalanced volume was following this trend here, you can see around that area here as well, when the unbalanced volume came and retested this rising trend line, that was an area in the price action that we were bottoming in, and after that we could start this new rally here to the upside. Again, you can see unbalanced volume started declining, came at this rising trend line, and when the unbalanced volume tested the rising trend line exactly around that area, the market also bottomed, right? And after that, we started this new move here to the upside. And now you can see, if you look at this unbalanced volume, this rising trend line is being tested one more time. And in the past Bitcoin price action, whenever this unbalanced volume was testing this rising trend line, after that, we started this new impulsive move here to the upside, right? This scenario has unfolded again and again. You can also see from 2017, after this started this new impulsive move here to the upside. But to understand it even clearly, what we can simply do, again, add this rising trend line in this way and look at the price action of Bitcoin. So as long as the unbalanced volume is following this ascending channel, the price of Bitcoin could still continue this move to the upside, because you can see support, 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 right? Resistance, resistance. So you can see when the unbalanced volume was at the top of this channel, the ascending channel, it got a rejection, right? And this rejection also reflected in price action. So after that, you can see the price of Bitcoin also starting this downtrend. We came at the lower line area of this rising channel or ascending channel, found support, which indicated now the price could also be ready for this new move here to the upside. And after that, you can see we also started this new move here, right? So now if you look at this price action of Bitcoin and this unbalanced volume, when the unbalanced volume came around the top of this channel, we started this downward price movement, and this downward price movement and unbalanced volume, since the unbalanced volume is finding a strong support at the lower line area of this ascending channel, if this is going to be pretty similar scenario just like here, right? After that, this new impulsive movement, then we are also ready for this new impulsive move here to the upside. So let's see how this one scenario is also going to play out for Bitcoin. And not just only this, guys, if you also want to look at this price action in a bit different way, no problem, let me show you here. So as you can see, guys, we did talk about this scenario on my yesterday video as well. We are aware in a weekly time frame, the price of Bitcoin must turn this resistance of 0.5 Fibonacci line into support, because this line is a very, very important line of resistance for Bitcoin at this current stage, because the same line was acting as a strong line of support. So if we do manage to flip this resistance into support, right, then the price of Bitcoin is ready for this next move that could bring the price of Bitcoin around 0.618 Fibonacci line, and that is sitting around 51,000 area. And if we do see any sort of a bigger pullback, then we are also aware to the downside, this 42,000 area, right, 0.382, which is around 42,000, is one very, very important line of support. So that's why for us, we are focusing on this 3 Fibonacci line, 0.5, 0.618 and 0.382. Bigger pullback, 0.382 is the strongest support for Bitcoin, right? And we should not close below that. And to the upside, if this 0.5 Fibonacci retracement line is going to turn into support, then the price of Bitcoin is ready for this new move that could bring us around this 50 to 51,000 range. I have showed you with different example why I personally also believe the upward price continuation, right, is going to happen for Bitcoin. But now in a smaller time frame, what we can also see playing out for Bitcoin is this here. Now, if we look at the price action of Bitcoin using this Fibonacci extension line, you can see we are clearly getting a rejection from this 0.786 Fibonacci extension line, because this 0.786 is actually acting as a strong line of resistance. So any sort of a price pullback in a shorter time frame, we are clearly aware that this 0.618 is going to be one strong line of support around 45,500 to 45,600 area. So right now, what I am actually expecting is this price movement to follow here in this manner. So if this is going to be a retest around this lower area, we should also be absolutely fine, because this pullback right now is also forming this one interesting scenario if you look at this properly, because this here looks like some sort of a inverse head and shoulder type of scenario. So if there is going to be a support around this 0.618, right, then we could be forming this right shoulder. And once we start this move here again to the upside, then the price of Bitcoin could also turn very, very bullish. We could clearly see the approach towards this 100% Fibonacci extension line, and this 100% Fibonacci extension line is also lying around 50,700 price area. So that's why here in a weekly time frame, this 0.618 Fibonacci retracement line is a potential price target before price chooses the trend direction. So that's why, in my opinion, we could be actually testing this 0.618 here in a weekly time frame before price chooses the trend direction. So these are some of the scenarios I see right now looking at the price action of Bitcoin. If you enjoyed my work, then please hit the like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye, guys.